Hello you guys, my name is Mark and oh boy, I'm excited for today's video. Here's the thing, first of all, before I get started, I'm going to say that I am working on a blog that I'm working on. Taking my time on it because I want it to be really good, really spicy, okay? I want you guys to enjoy something good, a blog that looks really good. No, not just like cut and paste clips and photos. No, this is going to be very good. Okay, so yeah. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys doing really good? Hopefully you guys are. Here's the thing, if you're having a bad day today, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to your catalog music and choose the music that is very like uplifting, music that makes you cheer up, music that makes me feel good. To me, it's traveling music because I want to travel, and every time I listen to this like hyper like summer campy like type of music, which I like that type of music. Guess what? It makes me feel joyful. It makes me feel happy. Also, having a clean space makes me feel good for some reason. I don't know why. Because if I have a dirty space, it looks like my whole world is a mess and my life is a mess. Even though right now my life is kind of a mess, but I still want a nice clean area because that clean area will motivate me to basically clean up a little bit more of my life, put together in pieces, okay? Now in this video, I want to talk to you guys about how to tell stories with movement or shots. You can call it how to tell a story or just simply like what shot means, because here's the thing. There's a movie out there. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to say which movie it is because I don't want to roast it. Where the movie looks good, looks beautiful. The characters will act or whatever, but the whole story seems to me out of place. Like there's a lot of stuff that's been cut that you can kind of tell certain things. I'm like, what is happening? It feels like a huge mess that you just don't know where to go, where your eyeballs are going into. So on this video, I want to show you guys certain things when it comes to shots to hopefully help you guys on your blogging or video journey. So let's go. So number one is behind the branches. Now here's the thing, the way I'm naming these and the way I'm explaining it is very different than somebody else. It's just that I'm saying this way because this is how my brain kind of like likes, accepts this and reminds me of this. And this is behind the branches. What do I mean by this? It means that, it's like taking, a lot of people, you see this on photos, but you can also do this thing on video, is that a lot of people take these photos of, basically, they have the camera. They're like, there's this beautiful lake or something like that, and you have like these trees or the branches that kind of like curl up on it like that, and it's out of focus and it looks really good. That's the shot I'm talking about. Now this shot, I know some people might look at it as being creep or something like that, but if there's no one in the shot and it's just a beautiful sea, beautiful mountains and everything like that, people use this with everything. To me, the way when I look at this, it kind of resembles the idea of, of curiosity and also discovery, right? Because when you are, it's kind of like this, kind of like you're like in the middle of the jungle, whatever, right? It's a lot of trees, and then one way or another, you find this bush or these branches, and you open it up, and then you see this beautiful sea or this beautiful ocean. Like, finally, I made it to the ocean. Best example that I will say this is Alice in Wonderland, when she's like in the forest, and she finally sees a bit of light, and she finds the Queen of Hearts castle, and she's playing golf. Like, you're discovering something, right? That's how I feel like it is. So when you're filming something like this and you want to make it like, oh my god, I'm going to set an adventure, let's see what I can discover, what I can find, and we take a shot like this, it just makes it look good. Like to me, it's like, if I go to the beach or something, it looks beautiful, but then I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to figure out a way that I can like make it feel like I just found this beach or something like that. And you can use this with anything. Like to me, I have this shot of a car like I'm driving somewhere, but you guys can see these little things on the side, and you see the mountains, kind of like I'm discovering, these mountains. And then also you can do is do like this. Right here I have this, this one right here is actually this, I went hiking somewhere and I didn't know what was going to be on the other side. So what I did is that I was going down and I was heading up. You saw like, oh my god, like I found something really interesting. I filmed that on my phone. I think I put that in so you guys can see it. So there's that. That's the first one. Now, the second one is shaky footage. A lot of people say I can't use shaky footage. It's too shaky. Or what am I supposed to do with it? Well, the way that I think about it, shaky footage, I feel like you've probably seen it a lot. When it comes to movies, in that terminology, or like that put in that aspect, you see it when it's like a car chase scene or something like that, where the camera's moving real quick. The way I look at that and the way I put that out is that I feel like it resembles intense. Like something is very intense. You know, like you're stressing out. You're intense, right? And that's one thing you can do. So a lot of times to me, there are some shaky footage that I have that kind of like, oh my God, I wish it was more steady and whatever. And then after that, I think about it. But wait a minute, I can use it for like an intense shot. Like you probably have those people, you know, that you tell them to film you something, and then they're walking and the camera's very shaky, and you're like, can't, this sucks. But guess what, dude? You can use it if you're telling a story about being intense or something like that. The shakiness might work in your benefit, because when we're intense, right? We're shaking up. We're moving around. We're not stable, right? So it's one of those things to really like think about that, right? So I feel like, yeah. This other one is like, what in the hell did you just film? I'm out of focus. I'm not in focus. Everything is blurred out. What the hell? Well, what are you doing to me? You're hurting me. This is unusable. Well, guess what? That's not true. It actually is usable. That blurry photo, not blurry photo, but like that blurry footage is very much usable. And let me tell you guys how you can use that. What does blurry mean? It means, let me tell you guys this. Let's just say you get knocked out, or you're just sleeping, right? Or something like that. You wake up, your dizziness, everything kind of feels blur. That's how you do it. That's how I feel like blur resembles. If you're going to use a blurry photo, you can use that as like you're lost. You don't know what's happening. And that's one thing you can do. Like, you'd be like, man, today I have no idea what I'm doing, but guess what? I'm lost. Everything feels like a blur. Or like, I just woke up and then it's like everything's all blurred out. Or like, man, I want to go to this place, but like the place that I want to go to is so blurred. But I want to make it focus or something like that. I don't know, but you can use that. A lot of times to me, like if I'm going to write a text or if I want to make a logo or something like that, usually a lot of people, they blur the background and they put their logo in front. Well, if you have blurry footage that you did it manually, well, you can use that instead of blurring the background, because you have footage that was already blurred. You know, just put your name, put your logo, so that's one thing that you can use. Now this next one is blurred to focus. Okay, this one is, let's start out with this one. It's very obvious. It's kind of like you're like, it's everything's all blurred. You just woke up, whatever, and then just begin vision. That's basically the storytelling of that idea. You know, you make a film, whatever, you're blurred, and everything just regain focus. It's all good, right? That's simple, set, and done. But can also mean that you just open up your eyes. It means that there's information out there that you just did not knew, and everything just became a blur, but now it opened up your eyes. And that's what you can use with that. You know, you can make it be like, beforehand, I didn't know nothing, but now everything became clear, or like, finally got that. But it can also mean that, for instance, like let's say there's a cute or beautiful girl out there, right? And everything's just so blurred, but then once you look at her, she looks so beautiful that now you can see clear, or you can see it. You can see the girl of your dreams. You can see the girl that you loved, the girl that, the spark in you, right? Or whatever you want to call it, right? So there's that. Those are the three things that could resemble when you blur stuff. A lot of people, they do use blur to be blurred and then to focus when it comes to like certain items that are very important, or certain items that could be very beautiful. But that's one of the things that you can do with that. And also, like, let's just say that there's a beautiful like lake or ocean. They use the blur and to focus to say how beautiful the ocean is. So that's what I feel like focus to blur, kind of like you can use that, or how you can use it. Yeah. For this next one is forward movement. You have your camera and you focus on a subject and you move in closer. This is basically, I feel like this is really good for when it comes to beautiful, for beautiful shots, right? Like drone shots automatically do this and they look beautiful, right? So there's that. But then also if you're doing like some landscape shots or whatever, like an ocean or maroon lake, I think that's called maroon, I don't know, something like that, lake, and then you can just film like that moving forward. That could also work, but then also could work like if you're filming a subject, right? There's a beautiful girl or maybe a guy, whatever you're into, but I'm into girls, so I'm gonna say girls. So yeah, I mean a female, or I don't know, whatever. But there's somebody beautiful in the front, and then you have the camera, and then you go forward and they look so beautiful, and then getting close to it. I don't know. I don't know. It says that. It's just a form of beautiness. Next one is a fast pan shot. Now, pan shots are basically when you get your camera and you just move it to the side. This one is a fast pan shot. I seen Casey Neistat use it. Guess what, Casey Neistat? You're doing it and you're using it good. What this thing represents is that you're going to travel somewhere, but you're going to travel, but the traveling is going to be very quick. Like, I'm going to go to this place real quick. And it's just, vroom, 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 and it just makes it feel good. It's a good shot to do. A lot of, like, directors out there, they do it. Like, I remember also, like, what's it called? I feel like Peter McKinnon also does this, but he does, like, the whole, like, close-up item shot. And the slow motion pan shot. I feel like that one resembles, there needs to be more to be discovered, because a lot of times you're on top of the mountain, you're filming one side of the mountain, but then you're moving your camera around to film more of the mountain, and it's kind of like discovering it, discovering more. I feel like that's the way it is. When it comes to drones also do this. They do move around, how beautiful it looks, because you want to discover more, you want to look at more of the beautiness that you guys see. So yeah, so there's that one. The next one is car footage. What do I mean by car footage? Car footage is kind of similar to the fast pan shot, except for car footage, it's more like has to do with like you're traveling somewhere and the journey to that place that you're going to is more important. Not more important, but it's like the journey is equally as important than the place that you're going. I mean, the journey to the place is equally as important to the place that you're going to. Right? That's what sort of represents. So when you get in your camera and you're filming it kind of makes it feel like that. Like, oh, I'm going to travel to like, Hawaii. And it's like you're filming it. You're filming like the stairs and you like over the car or something like that. Driving, not Hawaii. I'm going to say something else that is like, that kind of makes sense. Let's say you're going to go to Vegas, right? And it's like, oh, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm a road trip over there, stuff like that. You get your camera and you're filming that. And then, you're filming your way over there, kind of like journey of it. And that's kind of makes it feel that way. Kind of like the journey is equally as important as going to Vegas. You can also do it with Hawaii as well. But that could be like, for instance, like the airplane or you walking, kind of like that. Like basically this is kind of like the idea of the journey getting into that place, right? I feel like that's the way... but I like to call it like this because I had footage of me filming when I was in Mexico, filming of me going somewhere. Not going somewhere, but like I was in the passenger seat and I was just filming. And I had that footage and I just thought about it. Wait a minute, this is something that, this is important. I need to write this thing down. I need to film it. I need to share it with the world, right? One is a hard cut. Everybody in the mama knows this. This is the simplest thing ever that you guys can do. What is it? Is when you're filming yourself and you just cut the clip and then you put another clip on top of it, right? This is something that if you do it perfectly, it's gonna work, right? The way that I look at this and the way that this works in my workflow or the way I look at it is that when I do a hard cut, I like to think of timing of the actual not time. I mean, I like to think of a clock, an actual clock, because a clock kind of goes like this, it goes like this, like this. So when I think about a hard cut, I like to think, okay, look, the pacing, every single thing that I'm going to do a hard cut, it needs to be like, okay, this amount of time, this amount of time, this amount of time. So that's what the way it is. Everybody uses a hard cut. Even me, I use it when I'm filming these videos. but it needs to be kind of like coherent. But when I'm making talking videos like these, it's a little bit difficult because the amount of stuff that I'm talking about varies between the how long certain segments are. Like one topic could be like a minute or two, and the other topic could be like 59 seconds. So it's really difficult. So a lot of times you would use this. I would recommend using this thing for B-roll shots. That's plain and simple, or other type of storytelling. But when it comes to talking, it's a little bit, you need to be flexible, move the way around. One of the things you can do is still follow with that, but you need to look at the clips that you guys have and see which one of these clips is the more, the one that has least amount of time. Use that one, and every time when you're talking and you get to that part, you can put up a photo, or you can put up a song, or put up an effect or something like that that could basically mimic that timing effect without you actually like cutting the actual clip. You know what I mean? Makes sense? So yeah. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, this is not what they're called. I just put them like this because that's how my brain kind of figures things out, and that's the way it looks at it, and I can't think of any other way. Of course, they have their own actual names, but that's the way I did it. And so there's that. And yeah, that's about it, man. Look forward for my blog, and also hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you guys are not having a wonderful day, right? Try to figure out a way to make it awesome and make it really good, because your happiness is one of the most important things in the world. Because how in the hell are you supposed to make other people feel good, feel happy, and make other people feel happy if you're not happy? You know what I mean? Kind of like you need to like how can you show a person how to get abs when you don't have abs? I don't know. So there's that. Make sure you like and subscribe, and ring that bell, and also stay tuned for my blog. And also I have other videos that I'm posting up. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. I just needed to share these tips because I found them out and I thought they were really interesting. I feel like somebody needs help on these things. So I'm going to be the person talking about these. Bye.